Hello, my friends. Today is March 25, 2025. My name is Sensei Alexey Kunin, and this is my life journey. I get a lot of questions, students writing me questions from Europe, from European countries, asking me, do I know any dojos in Japan that teach Japanese Jiu-Jitsu? In Japan. Well, to biggest surprise and shock, I already talked about this in my previous videos, but traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu almost non-existent in Japan. When I was visiting Japan before, there was one dojo in Tokyo that was teaching Jiu-Jitsu. And it was the instructor was not Japanese. He was American who opened up his school in Tokyo. So if you want to learn Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, I would not recommend going to search in Japan. Probably in United States, I know like maybe 3-4 dojos that teaches authentic traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu we don't even count, because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu it's a grappling art. It's wrestling. It should not even be called Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is a fighting art. It's a standing and fighting art. It's designed for combat. So if you're looking to learn Jiu-Jitsu, let's say Jiu-Jitsu, not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a real Jiu-Jitsu, probably the best bet is to look into Eastern European countries. I would recommend Russia, maybe somewhere in Middle Asia, because some of my students have schools in Kazakhstan. I used to live in Kazakhstan for 2 years in 90s. So I used to teach Jiu-Jitsu for 2 years. I brought Jiu-Jitsu to Kazakhstan in 1990s. So I know there is a couple of dojos in Kazakhstan. There is a couple of good dojos in Russia. In St. Petersburg, Russia, one of my close friends teaches a very good Jiu-Jitsu in St. Petersburg, Russia. I know there are some schools in Germany, but how good they are, it's very hard to tell. In the United States, probably maybe 3 or 4 schools that teach Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. In Hawaii, there is a school that teaches Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, but not in Japan. I know there is a school of Aikijitsu in Japan. The quality is very poor. It's not authentic. Most of the senseis in Japan, the good ones, are doing karate and they're doing judo. That's a good sensei. It's very good dojos in Japan when it comes to karate and judo. Not when it comes to jiu-jitsu. In Japan now, the popular movement is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a paradox in itself, because traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu came from Japan. It was a samurai martial art. Now it's lost. It's lost completely. So they do in Japan practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There is a few dojos that teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but not real authentic traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Some senseis teach Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, or they teach maybe ninjitsu, but it's so how should I call it? It's not proven, because I know from history some of those senseis never studied ninjitsu or jiu-jitsu. They were karate people. So again, in Japan there is no more Japanese jiu-jitsu. You want to learn traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, authentic jiu-jitsu? Come to my dojo, Katabami Ju-Jitsu Dojo. We teach hardcore, realistic, old school training, real jiu-jitsu. So this is kind of to answer the questions I received from European countries where they should practice jiu-jitsu. Scandinavian countries have very watered down jiu-jitsu. I wouldn't even recommend go to Scandinavia because their jiu-jitsu training is pathetic. There's a lot of things they cannot do. It's illegal. Society gives too many restrictions and regulations. So the training there is very watered down, not real jiu-jitsu anymore. The poorer the country, the hard is the training. That's my conclusion. If there is, that's why in the Eastern European countries, the approach to real martial arts, and especially to jiu-jitsu, it's hardcore, it's a realistic, hardcore training. It's been tested in the streets many, many times. So this is kind of a nutshell. So again, my name is Sensei Alexey Kunin. This is my dojo, Katabami Ju-Jitsu Dojo in Omaha, Nebraska, where we teach authentic and traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. One of those few dojos left that teach real Jiu-Jitsu. Old school training, hardcore. We work with weapons. We work with knives. We work with sticks. We work with firearms. We work with swords. Yes, we do have a very good sword training. And our branch in Russia, in St. Petersburg, really good specializing in sword training. That's my students. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. We have a YouTube channel. It's O-Sensei Alexey Kunin on YouTube. Over 800 videos from all over the world. This is where I used to travel and teach seminars and organizing tournaments in traditional Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and then also in combat Jiu-Jitsu. And the difference has to do with application. If you apply for more killing instead of controlling the opponent, that would be more combat Jiu-Jitsu techniques. More restraining and control techniques would be for police training. So if you have questions, contact me. I'll be happy to talk to everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.